In this world, is the destiny of mankind controlled by some transcendental entity or law? Is it like the hand of God hovering above? At least it is true that man has no control, even over his own will.
It's almost like the existence of these religious organizations and beliefs was also part of the preordained. So it's not like they deliberately set it up that way, and it's not like, oh, what a coincidence, we can use this. It's like, that was always the way it was going to be. Griffith and the God Hand was always going to exploit the existence of this religious organization. That was always going to exist. Yeah, Puck. Yeah! Isidoro.
お前、昨日から俺をつけ回してるみてえだが、俺に何か用か？
弟子入り志願か？それならきちっとマネージャーであるところのこの俺を通してもらわないと。
Ah, fuck, you're the best.
俺は人の下につく気はね
え。剣、持ってんだな。剣士になりてえのか、お前。人は切ったことあんのか。
なめんなよ。人の一人や二人。
Liar。
ま、どうでもいいけどな。あまり俺の周りをうろちょろしない方がいいぜ。
Listen to this comedy music.
どうしようか俺の勝手だ。
わーぱぱわーぱぱ。
ま、そうなんだけどな。
Okay, you can come with me, but you at least have to beat the opening level of Dark Souls first. You have to beat the Undead Asylum. Then you can accompany Guts. That is the mandatory. These fucking in-betweeny... Man, Conviction already has more levels dedicated to it than the Black Swordsman arc. I'm so sad. Also, obviously, the depiction of religion in this series is not a very positive one. It definitely plays up the, you know, atrocities committed in the name of faith and the mass hysteria of the populace. When you look at it, it's obviously very critical of religion. I do like this character though, Mazgus. Like, for all his bluster, he's legit. Like, he's not one of them snake oil salesmen who's using religion to manipulate people and, like, live the high life. He's not like, oh, I don't actually believe in this shit, I'm just in this lofty position to abuse my power and, like, live the high and do whatever I want. He's actually legit. He actually believes. And I don't know, I just kind of respect that. I kind of respect someone who's actually straight up a believer. Even if they're clearly like a douchebag and doing bad stuff. I still gotta be like, you know, someone who has conviction is more respectable. You know, someone who's actually willing to blow themselves up because I believe this is what God wants me to do, and I'm willing to lay down my life for that. I can be like, hey, you know, you're evil, but it's an evil I can respect, more than someone who's like, oh, I just go to church every Easter and Christmas, and you shouldn't be allowed to do this because I believe in God. But I just go and I put a little $5 in the collection plate when it comes around. You know, yeah, I do. Like, no, you're a fucking fraud. You're a charlatan. Go fuck yourself. I have no respect for you. You're just a piece of shit. Yeah, Elf Dimension style. We've seen his skills. We've seen the kind of damage he can do to loading screens. Yeah. If you're wondering why Puck sometimes is all chibi like that with the weird chestnut head, that never gets explained. Don't worry about it. You're not missing anything. He can just do that. And it exists in-universe. It's not an art style thing where sometimes he's just chibi and no one bats an eye. Like, he can just turn into that, and that's just a thing he can do. You're not supposed to actually, like, think about it. Yeah, Skull Knight! And what do I find? We gotta stop meeting like this, Guts. Hey, to be fair, Puck, we don't know what his deal is. It's also never really explained what the horse's deal is. Is the horse part of the contract? Father, I always feel bad for the animals. Although props to that horse, loyal well into like that. He's not just getting a new horse every time. The horse is just as like supernatural as he is. Cryptic asshole. That's always what I love. Like, Skeleton Knight here is like, oh, you know, causality, and it could be, and you know, blah, blah, like he's all pompous, sort of, and Guts is so down to earth. He's just like, fuck this and fuck that. I'm gonna do what I want. He's like, it's like imagine some posh British dude talking to a guy with like a ghetto Brooklyn accent or something. That's almost what I imagine the mood to be between them. Yeah, fuck your cryptic bullshit. A revelation! Resident Evil revelation. Or perhaps Assassin's Creed revelation. Or perhaps Alien resurrection. Wait. Yeah, how many people in your life do you know that could be Hawks? Right? Come on, Guts. It's not hard to figure this out. It is a reflection upon the water. The eclipse was the moon overclouding the sun. The moon and sun both are reflected on the water's surface. Not a second eclipse. Think of it more like the sun is reflected on the water's surface, and something moves over the water surface to cover the sun that's reflected there. That's what we're heading towards. You could say. It could be said. And of course, Guts don't go in for all that destiny, causality, oh, 'twas fated to be bullshit. Why the fuck isn't Skeleton Knight playable? Fucking Wild is playable, but Skeleton Knight doesn't get to be playable? So pissed. Come on. Just because he's permanently mounted, he can't be fucking playable? So bullshit. Why not Skeleton Knight, right? There's no reason for it. I like how they were just kind of ignoring Isidro's existence during this level. If you're just playing the game, yeah, it's an attempt to imitate the Eclipse. That shit once was enough for me, thank you very much. 0 out of 10, I will not be ordering another Eclipse this day. And yeah, Skeleton Knight is very much like Dr. Manhattan, the reflection of the moon. Yeah, I wasn't just making that up for my own thing, that's what he said. I wasn't sure if he would say it. Of course, the game's one step ahead of me, though. He's very much like Dr. Manhattan. He's like, I have no free will. People have no free will. You've seen the beginning of every one of these videos, right? The God Hand's right there saying man has no control, even over his own will. Neither do I. Neither do you. What's fated to happen is what's gonna happen. I don't know if you've read Watchmen, but there's a character in there who's just like Skull Knight, who can see the strings. I'm really bad at giving in. Like, he's like, we're all puppets. I'm just a puppet who can see the strings. But Guts ain't about that. Guts ain't about that life. His lifestyle determines his death style. Yeah, fuck destiny. Fuck your math. Causality. Fuck you. Yeah, Zod did say that, remember? This is just gameplay to justify a conversation, so we're not just sitting there listening to them talk. Yeah, sure, Deus Ex Machina saved me. But fuck you. I mean, surely, if this is a reflection of the eclipse, then that just means Guts and Casca are gonna survive this one too, right? I mean, they survived it last time, right? So it should follow. He actually says a line somewhere that's like, to try and rebel against it would be like a character in a story rebelling against its author. I love that line, also. You're not a shadow on the water, but a fish who breaches its surface. I fucking love that line. It only makes sense if you had the line that preceded it talking about how the moon being reflected on the water, this being a reflection of the eclipse and all that. But it's a badass line, right? You're not a shadow on the water. You're a fish breaching its surface, causing ripples. And while the image reflected on the water can't be tarnished, it can be, at least momentarily, disrupted. Dun dun dun. Is there some kind of contract you sign where, oh, you get higher wisdom now you're not allowed to just give a straight goddamn answer. You gotta be cryptic about fucking everything.
あのね、
Skeleton uncle! Oja-san.
やっぱいいや。
Yeah,
気のせいかな。
implications.
あのおじちゃん、なんかエルフの気配がしたような。
There was also a king we heard about earlier, wasn't there? Way back.
俺はここにいる。だがもしもあいつを目の前
And
にしたら
appropriate too, since we're going to a tower. A religious tower, a pillar that's associated with the hawk. The last time we were at a pillar, it was going down into the earth to rescue the hawk with clipped wings. We also heard about a king. Dun 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 dun. And you want to put the pieces together?
見えてきたぞ。あれが断罪の塔ってやつかな。
全員捕らえろ。邪教徒どもを逃がすな。告発があったのだ。貴様らを左門にかける。
Oh, thank God. I was so worried
邪教徒狩りか。それにあいつら。
that a fucking... There's a gaggle of characters during this story because we see where Casca is during all this. It's focusing on Guts now, but when you're reading it, you see that Casca is with the group of refugees that are kind of following around Farnese. Like, she's in that group, and then this one lady kind of like adopts her and is like, I'll protect you, fucking stupid fucking vegetable piece of shit.
部下たちが進んで家計を行う私を気味悪がっていたことは知っている。放て！
よくもまあハキハキと火をくべられるもんだな。
Yeah, Farnese is fucked up. This is her, we learn more about how she's a fucking weirdo.
炎を見つめていると思い出す。
Her house was,
ゴー
like,
という音が
she lived at the Capitol, and the window of her room opened out into this courtyard where they would burn heretics. And so she would see them setting people on fire when she was a baby child. And one time she went out to see what the hubbub was, and they were like,
誰かが松明を私に渡した。私はそれを投げ捨てた。ただ恐ろしかったのだ。不思議なことが起こった。私の投げ込んだ松明に合わせて影たちが一斉に揺らめいた。
And in that moment of throwing the fire, she felt in control of something for the first time in her
影は
life.
それに合わせて踊るんだ。
She wasn't scared anymore. She felt like, oh, I command the shadows. I command the
世
darkness.
界という薄皮を一枚剥がすと、そこには恐怖がうねっているのだと。そしてその恐怖
It's probably gonna talk about more later, but like, she's a daughter of some rich, noble asshole
彼ら
dude.
の一部となって踊ればよいのだ。
And being a rich, noble asshole dude, they never had time for their children. She didn't have any parental figures in her life. She was just always alone, and her parents just bought her shit.
すみません、ファルネーゼ様。体調が優れません。少しの間休ませてもらえませんか。
いいだろう。だが体調管理も任務。
So when she wakes up and sees heretics being burned alive right outside her bedroom when she's trying to sleep, can't run to mommy and daddy and ask them for help. So guess what? You're gonna end up fucked up in the head. There's more to her than that also. It keeps going into it. But we see like this lady like takes care of Casca and is like, I'll keep you from getting fucking persecuted. And when we get to the Tower of Conviction here, it's surrounded by refugees. Like hundreds of thousands of refugees. Because of like plague and war and all that. They're fleeing here for safety.
石を投げる泥棒。
But like mass hysteria is going on also. Heretics are getting burned. Like little resistance factions are propping up, and people are just being fucks. You know how people be. People be fucks. And there's a group of prostitutes, because hey, oldest profession, the knights gotta get they freak on. Everyone's gotta get they freak on. And the chick who took care of Casca is like the leader of this little group of prostitutes. And there's this one character who's like a prostitute and is part of that group, and she's just the worst character! I hate her so much, and nothing bad happens. She doesn't die. She survives until the very end of the conviction arc. That makes me so mad because I fucking hate her so much. Oh my god. And she's been cut from the game. That whole group of prostitutes has been cut from the game. And thank God, because I fucking hate those characters so much. Like, I don't even want to explain what their story is, because they're so terrible. They're not in the game, and you don't need to know about what their deal is, because they suck. Fuck those prostitutes. Fuck that prostitute in particular. I'm not a big fan of the leader prostitute who takes care of Casca either. She's nice and all, but fuck. Hey, Cedro, helping me out. Why couldn't a Cedro be playable? I don't see any reason you couldn't have made a Cedro playable. Nope, make Wild playable. Of all characters, make Wild playable. That's so fucking stupid. So anyway, Gut shows up in camp and saves the prostitute. And then the prostitutes are like, oh, we got Casca, we'll show you our Casca. Ah, for their head. Actually, no, what actually happens is the leader prostitute, he saves and is like, I'll lead you to the Casca. And then they get back there to where Casca is, and the shitty prostitute that I hate stole Casca because of something that happened. Oh my god. Actually, there's a lot of backstory. Fuck it. Point is that prostitute is the shit. Like, not a good shit, the bad shit. She is just a poop. Like, she's not the shit at all. She's a poop, and she's the worst. Fuck that character. So glad she's not in the game. So glad they cut her. Like, you don't even know what I'm fucking talking about. What up? I'm here to kill. Once again, this is a gameplay of us killing hundreds of dudes. He kind of just like, he might have killed one, but he really just like whoops their ass and everyone's like, aww. And it's that there's this great scene of like they're abusing their authority and taking these dudes taking these like quote unquote heretics to be burned at the stake. And the guy taking her is like, fuck you guys, you're all shit. Like, whenever someone's getting dragged away from us like this, you're all like, none of you do anything to help. None of you do anything to try and save your fellow people. You just stand by and watch. But then when it's you being taken, oh no, I'm so innocent, fuck y'all. This guy says. And then, like, someone actually stands up and tries to protect her, and it's the later prostitute who was protecting Casca. And they're like, oh, cool, someone actually with some balls. Kill them both. And then Gut shows up and fucks them all up. And like, the thing that stops Guts from needing to fucking kill some bitches is the crowd kind of gets empowered by watching Guts actually stand up against the authority. And they like start throwing rocks. And they turn around like, who threw that? And they see the crowd of dudes that they've been abusing their authority over all this time. And they're like, let's get the fuck out of here. I see the way the wind's blowing on this one, and it ain't blowing in our direction. Let's fucking bail. And I don't know, for some... Casca! And I don't know, I just like that scene.
Casca.
But yeah, the game's cutting all of that and all those erroneous characters. And I ain't got a problem with that one. Go ahead and cut that one. In fact, make, like, you cut them, make some room, and put the moth girl back in. Why won't I just shut the fuck up about the moth girl? Goodness gracious. No one cares. No one cares but me. And honestly, like, the Holy Iron Knights aren't even a big thing during this part of the arc. Like, they're just some dudes that Guts beats up in order to be like, yeah, look at how cool and badass Guts is. Because, you know, that's like every superhero comic on the planet Earth has like these jobbers that the main character just kicks their ass completely effortlessly in order to put them over with the audience. I'm using wrestling terminology. Jobbers are like just characters who exist to get their asses kicked in order to make another character look good. And putting them over is like make the audience hype and cheer for them and think like, yeah, this character's awesome because look, they beat up these jobbers. Like, I just finished my Batman thing. Any given scene where, oh, it's these cool criminal dudes, and then Batman shows up and fucking wrecks their shit. Though criminal dudes were jobbers who exist to get their asses kicked so that Batman can go over with the audience. At least Isidro's like legit. Like, he sees these fucking... He sees the wheel skeletons, and he's like, I'ma fucking kick their ass. Like, the Holy Iron Knights are just jobbers meant to fucking... Yeah, here we go. Here's what actually happens, because in the middle of all this heretical bullshit that was going down, like, they're hunting for heretics. There are actually heretics. Like, they're not just hunting down innocent people, they are. But there's actually a witch in the middle of this witch hunt. They're not just, like, persecuting... They're persecuting innocent people. But in the middle of this witch hunt, there is actually a witch to be hunting for. There is actually this cult, this heretical, like, debauchery going on. And the Prostitot that I hate is part of that cult. And she's part of, like, the problem that happens with Casca. Because remember how I said, like, they get to where Casca's tent was, and the Prostitot took Casca away, and took them to her little cult bros, and be like, here's a chick to join our cult. And they try and rape her, and she's like, hey man. And what happens is, during all of this, what's going on, like, spirits are lured by the brand and all, and Casca's got the brand, so all these evil spirits come because Casca's there, but the demon baby protects Casca and makes it so that they don't hurt her. So what it looks like to everyone else in the room is she's a witch who's summoning these evil spirits to protect her, even though that's not really what's happening. is like they're being summoned by the brand and they want to fuck her up, but the demon baby's protecting his mom. So then they start going, oh, she's a witch. Yeah, buddy on her. She's a cool witch bro, and we're gonna worship her. And that's kind of when fucking Farnese and the Holy Iron Knights show up to be like, fuck these heretics, we're gonna kill them. And Casca and Guts and all them are in the middle of it. Serpico! Serpico! Buddy! Serpico's the best. I love Serpico. He's the coolest character. And it's actually pretty cool because, like, there's this secret way out that Isidro and Casca and the Prostitots use to escape behind everyone's backs while the Holy Iron Knights are fighting the possessed heretics guys. And I think they cut it, which is unfortunate, but there's this, like, big demon pseudo-apostle who's like a goatman that Guts fights, and that's like kind of what he was supposed to be doing back there, and giving Isidro and Casca a chance to escape. And then he follows behind them, and it's this like narrow cliff path, and Serpico is taking advantage of the environment to cripple Guts's like primary strengths as a fighter. He makes it so like he can't really maneuver and he can't grab his sword. There's no room to swing the sword. And he can't use his sub-weapons. He can't use his, like, fucking cool-ass crossbow to fight him. Like, it's this really cool moment of, like, yo, not only is this guy a legit swordsman, but he's a schemer. Like, he fucking knew that Guts would come out this way and laid this ambush on this unfavorable terrain. Like, if he just tried to take him in a straight fight, he would never win. So he arranged this whole ambush that exploits Guts' weaknesses to try and get one over on him. And it's like, yo, like a fox! Like a Foxeh! Yeah! Told you, Serpico's a Foxeh. He's legit. Fucking Serpico is part of the Foxeh band. Part of the Foxeh gang over here. Don't disrespect. Don't disrespect you some no Foxes. Anyway. Yeah, and while Guts was fighting Serpico, Farnese and the Holy Iron Knights kidnapped Casca, and uh-oh, all of the cultists were calling her a witch. Uh-oh.
俺は俺の都合で動いてんの。ほっといてくさい。あんたに恩を叩き売るまだ絶対諦めねえからな。
好きにしな。
何者かであったこともなく、誰にも知られずにうずもれてしまった。
They're cutting so much that it's like
私の記憶の始まりは
this character is a whole other guy that, due to the necessity of the adaptation, they're cutting out crucial details. But he's just an apostle who, like, was born in filth and shit. And he found a Bailet and made a deal, and he became an apostle who's like shaped like an egg.
上の人間たちに化け物と石を投げる。
I don't even know if he's gonna get a character model. He
穴を
might.
掘り、じっと
But he's been showing up from time to time. Like, the big goat monster that Guts fights. That was just a guy with a goat mask that, like, the cultists and the heretics had as, like, part of their whole fanfare.
穴にされたのだ。
And then, like, this tentacle comes down and stabbed him and turned him into a pseudo-apostle. So that was this guy. This guy is the one who created that goatman. And he's gonna do that to another character later on. So I guess it's appropriate that they're introducing him here.
そこで私は出会ったのだ。5人の天使
Because he's about to become relevant again in the next level.
あるものを引き換えにお前の望みを叶えようと。あるものとは
That's bullshit. You can't have the world as your sacrifice. I can't believe they accepted that.
完璧な世界を付加することだ。
I can't believe they said, yeah, that's legit. Oh, cool. He does get a... Huh. What does he look like?
穴から這い出た
What does he remind you
で
of?
きた人間どもを
Where have we seen something like him before?
そして
Hmm.
私がそこに垣間見たものは世界は醜かった。そんな醜い世界の残骸で私の庭はうずもれていった。真に求めるものはただ一つ。それはこの世界に決定的に足りない最初で最後のかけら、すなわち
So Griffith was born into Femto by the crimson egg of the king. What will be born from the egg of the perfect world? On the eve that everyone had this dream about a White Hawk return. What could it mean? I don't know. I'm gonna save the Serpico ones until later, because Serpico's awesome. There's so much to talk about. I mean, this game, that's because of the necessity of the adaptation, it has to cut a lot. And I begrudge that. And to be fair, those things that it cut aren't that important. Like, it's not like they cut anything that's like, oh, what the fuck, you don't know what's going on if you don't know that. But I just feel like it's way more awesome what happens in the comic, because that whole fight with Serpico was so fucking badass. You really get an appreciation for what a fucking badass bro Serpico is. And it's all these other details that are like, if you're just playing the game, you're like, what? He just lost Casca? But that's the other thing, because like, something like this, it exists not as a replacement for the source material, it exists as an advertisement for it. You play this and you go, oh, now I don't need to read the comic. You play this and you go, oh, now I gotta read the comic because this is so cool and interesting. I want to know more about it. I want to see more of this story, so I'm gonna go read the comic. That's the reaction you should have, at least. Anyway.